Britain Miles, Ric Flair legends in this game. Give me 2 claps to the Ric Flair. Y'all think they already did their thing with partying on Mars? Y'all ain't hearing nothing. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
It's the beginning, we already winning, we ripping like Jack, so you know that we killing. The flow is so cold at the bone, need a chillin', just give me a minute. I'm feeling real vicious, malicious, precision, destroy competition. The newest edition, the walk up and kill it, the war of attrition. We bring demolition, no need for permission, we never pay a mission. Hey, I'm a big dog, so I'll take the reins, spit flame like a dragon. Ice in my veins, up in the air with the planes, looking down at the planes where little brains just trying to make some games. Hey, the adventure's where we take center. Shout out to Rap Ronnie, about to enter.
It's Monday. You know what that means.
These two coming like acrobats, spitting fire, don't know how to act. Hitting bangers like back. Sorry, I stuttered. I don't know how to speak. Spit so much fire, like I ain't got no teeth. Read them boys making noise. Y'all should have called the cops. Murdering beats in concerts, letting those lyrics drop. I'm so insane in the membrane. Spitting fire and body slamming. Y'all fools is my game.
I be on that light skin, I be on the top, you know that. I be on that right shit, I be way up. I be on that light skin, I be on the top, you know way. I said now, I be on that light skin, I be on the top, you know it. I be on that right shit, I be way up. I be on that light skin, I be on the top, you know way. Live for the day, tomorrow's away. If you bring it hate, to get out my face. Feel like I'm Peter Parker, Mary Jane. Yeah, you know I just be webbing this lane. Oh, yeah, you know I just be whipping that beat like a ripstick. I just kick flip, we just get hits, you don't get licks. If the kitty just right, I'm gon' French kiss. Just living that life, living that bliss. Ric Flair trip type whip. Look at me whipping and flipping the script, cause you know that I'm living real life, going far, I'm a star. Ayy, magical coming you far. Ayy, yeah, I be playing guitar. Lars, don't give a fuck. Mars, ayy, party back, you know, Wayne, then I'm Garf. Masterpiece, the name up on my face, you know we live in large. I'm in charge, peace. I be on that light skin, I be on the top, you know that. I be on that right shit, I be way up. I be on that light skin, I be on the top, you know way. I said now I be on that light skin, I be on the top, you know it. I be on that right shit.
What's going on, CE Hornet? Appreciate you for stopping by.
Sleeping on me at my feet is where you'll lay. And take your head down on your knees like you pray. It's cool, I continue to kick, push like Lupe. But if you ain't grinding with me, now the grind is where you'll stay. They want me quiet, you can watch me be discreet. Now I'm silent when I speak, mama telling me to kill the beast. Blood slowly dripping down from my head to my feet. Like I'm Voorhees, y'all are too sweet. Like a candy cane, Candyman will leave you slain. I'm Hannibal with the brain, going so insane. I am not humane, flip the beat and let it drain. Hypnotize, I eat a vein, I'm a new strain. You can come and catch this wave that I'm riding. Sitting back, smiling, swimming with the sharks, I'm vibing. All up in the ocean, I will drown you, I'm Poseidon. Now I'm soaring in the sky, you can catch me gliding. Shooting for the moon and I'm landing on the stars. And I'm dancing with some aliens, we partying on Mars.
What up? Let me adjust my camera. I don't know why it's so high. We got a botch already on the pod.
I finish, replenish, I'm breaking records like Guinness. Don't really care if you with us, feel like I'm Dennis the Menace. Playing the game like it's tennis, so yeah, I'm first like the dentist. So thankful for
What up? Welcome to Beyond the Universe. The last live stream of 2020. Last live stream of 2020. Just gonna give a little behind the scenes of everything that we just saw. One of our biggest videos on this exact channel in recent memory, the Royal Rumble, dropped yesterday with 47 people all in the live premiere, which I appreciate y'all 100% immensely. You guys are awesome. Got one love for each and every one of you. If you have not seen the Royal Rumble, I suggest you either not watch this or you avoid the website joshuagresham.org/gaming content, because that is currently in the process of being updated as we speak. I don't plan on being on here too long, so if I don't really see that many people in the chat, I'm just going to go down the process of everything going on with the channel and everything going on in the future, because I was originally going to upload a video and just give myself, I'll probably still upload a video maybe Tuesday. It'll be pre-recorded, because after this stream ends, I am going dark on everything wrestling related, because the Royal Rumble, as much people probably assume, the Royal Rumble was literally, it took everything within me to finish it, edit it, because I am a man of one. I am a man of one. It's not, I don't have a brother or sister who edits this. This is all me. This is all your boy. So it's not, it drained me. So I don't even want to play a wrestling video game for a good minute, which is common, because it's the end of the year, holidays. Happy New Year for those who are watching this in 2021, because after the shit year that we've had. So turn it down a little bit. That album is courtesy of Simply Better AM. He is one of the big YouTubers, but he took the venture into music, so that album's in the background. What's up, Sammy? Appreciate you for stopping by, having a little chat. Blake, what's up? I saw you are new to the channel. Blake, what is going on? Appreciate you for stopping by as well. Rest in peace, Brody Lee. It is Monday. You know what that means. And for those who don't really know what that slogan is, or that the meaning behind that is, he basically explained on the podcast when he was doing the interview. He basically was like, okay. He said the reason why he tweets that is because you answered the question, like, it's Monday, you know what that means. Like, okay, it's Monday, you know what that means. Like, oh, okay, I'm finna watch wrestling, or I'm finna do this, I'm finna watch football. Then you know what Monday means. So that it was just something that he just did for fun, and it's now become a tagline. So Wednesday's Dynamite is gonna feel a little different. But you say you're new here in the Bell Zone. Yeah. So basically, like in the live chat, because I know you came in literally on the Royal Rumble. And to kind of get I recommend you going back to maybe Survivor Series. It's a whole playlist. I would recommend, if you want to get caught up on the stories and how everyone got to the Rumble, I would suggest starting at Survivor Series and then coming all the way until the Royal Rumble. If you have the time. If you don't have the time, I guess I can explain it to you. Luckily, I brought back the in-game universe mode recap version, so if you can't watch all of Monday Night Carnage or all of this, that, and the third, then I do a recap version of Beyond the Universe within universe mode. But this Beyond the Universe series is basically where for 2021 I'm going to more than likely do these type of live streams where I probably show you how to make certain things, like I think the first big project I want to do is show you guys how I make my promo packages and stuff like that. So basically, I'm going to keep this for the post show talk, I guess. But you said you was confused about Bray and John Cena. I was basically feeding off of Bray and John Cena in real life, because when you think about it, I wanted to put that one in the Royal Rumble because I wanted to get that one out the way, because that was kind of my way of writing John Cena off for a bit, because I want to build the Fiend the way up I envisioned that they were going to do it in real life. But we all know how that turned out. He's currently ash. He's currently ash. He's burnt. He was burnt alive. But I kind of want to build him up to where, because if you saw, he returned under this Fiend gimmick at WWE Ground Zero, which was the last season of Universe Mode. When I was on console, now I'm doing everything from my PC, but when I was on console, the Fiend attacked John Cena because of I guess he blames John Cena for, I'm guessing, his downfall, because if you saw at the top of the promo package, Bray Wyatt lost in a WWE Championship match in 30 seconds. Literally 30 seconds. And it caused him to go away and reinvent himself. and along the way he developed a split personality, the Firefly Funhouse Bray, and of course the Fiend. And I wanted to kind of do a different spin on it to kind of break it down. I like, as far as like breaking it down, is the reason why, if you heard me when the Fiend had his entrance, I was saying this unknown father. I am building a legit family, which I thought in real life WWE was going to do, but they didn't. So I'm building a family. You saw two people appear after the John Cena and Bray Wyatt match. You saw Bo Dallas, who in universe mode, Bray Wyatt refers to as Blood Brother Bo, and then you have this big mountain of a man who is, I'm pulling the curtain back. That is Lars Sullivan. I don't plan on using Lars Sullivan. That's why I have him wearing a mask. That is the guy I have teased and said I'm going to repackage and not refer to him at all as Lars Sullivan. The masked horn man, if you want to call it that. Yeah, that is Lars Sullivan repackaged. He's a part of the Fiendish family, is what I probably will refer to them as, the Fiendish family. It's going to be Bray Wyatt, Liv Morgan, Bo Dallas, Blood Brother Bo, and I'm still thinking of a name for the big spike dude, but it's not Lars Sullivan. But I'm just letting you guys know that is Lars Sullivan that I'm repackaging, because I just prefer to not use Lars Sullivan because he's a weirdo in real life. I don't want to fake it in this universe. If I feel like I don't care for somebody in particular, I'm not going to use them. And Lars Sullivan isn't one of them. A fiend family. That's what I'm saying, like a fiendish family. Fiendish family. And I can tell you the only ones who are going to have probably a split personality is Bray Wyatt. Everybody else is going to be under his control. Like, you know how in real life they have Alexa Bliss being whatever she is, and then she's crazy, then she's not crazy. Yeah, no. Liv Morgan is Liv Morgan, the one that you saw her. She on her Assassin's Creed shit. Then you got Blood Brother Bo. Then you got the big dude, and then it's going to be. I'm still thinking about adding one more person, because I'm gonna let y'all. Like I said, this is a pull back the curtain. The original plan was to do Harper and Rowan and Bo and Bray and Liv, but obviously in real life with Brody Lee, may he rest in peace. I try to avoid using deceased characters in my series, because I kind of, it feels weird if you will. And so basically the focus, so I'm not going to completely forget that he existed. I'm going to obviously, when I'm building to this character, I'm going to continue to pay tribute to Harper or Brody or John, whatever you want to refer him as. But I'm going to continue to pay tribute. Like, you'll probably see like like behind the Firefly Funhouse, you'll probably see like a picture of Brody, just for a remembrance. Just stuff like that I'm going to continue to pay tribute to him, because he was one of those good people that died young. But yeah, I hope that kind of gave you a little glimpse of where I was going with the Fiend and John Cena, because the goal is to rebuild the Fiend up as a destructive force. So you saw him at Survivor Series. Spoiler alert for those who haven't seen it. You saw him at Survivor Series take out the Undertaker. And then he basically captured John Cena in September. So he's lost it. Yeah, Pierre, I believe, I agree, he's lost it. So you'll see stuff like that. And I'm the planned. Oh, and he took out Roman Reigns. But yeah, he took out Roman Reigns on the first Monday Night Carnage. And I'm going to put it this way: we're possibly going to see Roman get his revenge eventually, but more on that in just a little bit. CE asks, why did you pick Pete Dunne to win the Royal Rumble? Honestly, I wanted somebody who people didn't expect, because they saw, if you watch Survivor Series, you saw him fail to win the WWE Championship from Rusev, because he won group, I believe, I'm trying to remember, I think it was group A or B. He won his group in the Survival Series tournament, and then he was facing Rusev, and he was so close. He even injured Rusev during the match. He was so close to win the championship, but Rusev, being the beast that he is, overpowered him and still retained the title. But I wanted that feel-good moment for Pete Dunne because I do plan on getting 100% behind him within Universe and stuff like that. I wouldn't count out Kofi just yet because I'm going to get on that in just a little bit, but because I'm going to explain the whole pay-per-view situation, because I know a lot of people are like, oh, what's the next pay-per-view? No Way Out, Elimination Chamber. We'll get to that in just a second. But I wanted to focus on what's going on, Henry. I wanted to focus on more on someone I didn't expect, like Pete Dunne. I want to strap the rocket behind him because he's one of those talents that I see in real life. I'm like, okay, he's eventually going to become WWE champion. So hopefully I'm going to eventually build around him chasing that title. That's going to be a fun scenario to build, especially with him being attacked by Eric Young. You already know it's going to be a mini feud between him and Young at some point. So he's the world-class lunatic or maniac. I think that's his nickname. So there is a plan for Pete Dunne to do to be in the main event picture because he was the only 3-time UK champion in this series and stuff like that. So Pete Dunne is the workhorse, is the dark horse pick for me. World class maniac, yeah. As far as Kofi, I'm not going to spoil anything, but there are plans to bring him back because if you have been following along, you remember who took him out. You know, even though Apollo is at the top, he is the diamond, he is the face of the WWE, he is the prize I guess you can say prize talent of Beatdown Corporation. So he's going to have a lot of enemies that are coming back to him because in order for you to get to the top, you got to knock some people down a peg, and if you don't take them out permanently, they're going to come back. And I'm keeping Kofi on the sideline to kind of sell the injury because this man was literally driven head first into concrete. Like you saw during the Women's Royal Rumble match, Natalya ain't coming back next week or in storyline next week or next month or the next few weeks. So she's going to sell that injury too. There's always, I want to make this, I try to make this as, even though it's a game, I try to make it a little realistic as far as like you don't see someone take a pile driver on concrete and then come back 2 weeks later. That's unrealistic to me. I need them to sell it. But I'm gonna get more onto the breakdown of the pay-per-view schedule. Blake Lewis, I was at Battleground in 2015 when Luke Harper helped Bray Wyatt win and he attacked Roman Reigns and Bray won. Was that 2015? Wow. Yeah, Harper, Brody, John, he was one of those rare talents that you would feel honor of being a part of. I mean, getting to know. So seeing him die the way that he died, that's tragic. May he continue. Trust me. Who donated? Oh, that's a test. That's a test. Don't ignore that. I thought somebody donated something. That's a test. My bad. St. Louis. Yo, it was in St. Louis, Missouri. Oh yeah, Randy's hometown. So yeah, that's a big. I know a lot of people have a few gems for Brody. I just saw the BTE tribute they did that they released today. It's gonna be hard to watch BTE now because he was one of my favorite characters. Because the whole calm the fuck down, I got that from him. And the whole paper, because I be smacking my family with paper just randomly for no reason. And it don't matter how old or young you are. He's one of those guys that made you believe what he was doing was cool and badass. So you can you saw it in his craft. He was passionate about it. May he continue to rest in peace. For real. Now, with the Royal Rumble, like I said, I appreciate you guys for watching the Royal Rumble. Like that, I believe right now it is currently almost 1,000 views. Oh, it finally just reached 1K. The Royal Rumble has reached 1K viewers as I'm looking at it right now in the studio. I appreciate you guys for the love and support on that. That's one of my. When I tell you, I think it took me 3 days to record one Royal Rumble match for the women and the men. It took me 3 days combined, so that's a week. It took me a week to record 2 matches, and literally, when I tell you, I did not use the Royal Rumble match not once. I used triple threat matches. I used tables matches, so I wouldn't have to deal with the referee bullshit. I used all this stuff, and man, the support on that video alone is just a side of like, okay, this hard work pays off, because even though it's a game, it's something that I'm passionate about for this channel. Like it was something that I started 5 years ago, where I was like, oh, okay, this is something to do on the side, and then I started seeing people are interested in the way I booked shows and did this stuff and all that good stuff. But hear me out. For those who are watching right now, hear me out. I apologize for turning this channel into a podcast only channel over the summer. WWE 2K20 irked the ever living crap out of me on console, to the point where I was literally I gave up on. I literally said, you know what, I'm just gonna do the podcast. I'm gonna turn this into a podcast channel, and I didn't take any of my subscribers, my viewers under consideration. And I know a lot of y'all fell off from me because I was focused more on trying to, I guess, move this channel to a different direction, and I didn't ease it on to y'all. I just threw it on y'all lap. I apologize for that. I'm just here to tell y'all right now, 2021 and beyond, we're gonna be a gaming channel. I'll probably slip in a different game, like maybe a premiere, because I know to kind of, I guess, give you as a filler or whatever the case may be. But this is mainly a wrestling gaming channel. You will be seeing a lot of stuff, even if it ain't 2K games. It's going to be, because I know in 2021 we got, I think, the wrestling code coming out at some point. You got the AEW game, and I think 2K22 is coming out. So hopefully, with all these games coming out, we get some dope content for the channel. And if I'm blessed enough to remain alive during the next year, because everybody is just, tomorrow isn't promised, but if I'm blessed enough to be alive and bring you guys the content, I will do exactly that. Now, to further announce, because I was gonna do a separate video for to announce this, like to kind of, I guess, bring my own little goofiness to it. But there are more stuff coming to the reaction videos. I know feedback on the reaction videos that I've been uploading from time to time. There is going to be a more consistency on that portion of Gresh, as well as Universe Mode will be my focus as far as the channel. Monday Night Carnage is my way of falling away from everybody doing Raw, SmackDown, NXT, or as Project, for those who follow Project, ECW, that type of stuff. And I appreciate you, Henry. I appreciate you. I want to bed at 5 o'clock a.m. and wake up at 1 o'clock. Cool. Cool. But stuff like that, like I'm going to make the content on this channel more, like you're going to have more content from me, because the Gresh name is a brand at this point. We on the road to 2K subscribers, even though it's not a lot to some people, because you got people out here making like 300,000, 400,000 to 1 million subscribers. We're on the road. I'm looking into making next year consistent as far as uploads and stuff like that. Road to WrestleMania started with the Royal Rumble. To explain more so with the what I'm going for, I plan on not having a filler pay-per-view. I do have a TikTok, Josh Gresham ORG is yeah, I would type it, but for some reason it won't let me. But yeah, the username that you see up there for my Twitter is the same, Josh Gresham RG for TikTok. And I'm random on there, so have fun, have a good crack at that. But back to with universe mode. What I am doing, I am going Royal Rumble. There's a big gap. There's gonna be like a special episode, like a special theme pay-per-view type episode of Carnage for a Monday. Then I'm going WrestleMania. Then after WrestleMania, the month or two after WrestleMania, from April, from the end of April all the way to May, the beginning of June. So May, June will be Road to King of the Ring. So it's gonna be WrestleMania, then King of the Ring, and then I'm trying to pull it up right now. I'm trying to make all these shows make sense. Put it that way. So you're going Royal Rumble, gap, WrestleMania, gap, King of the Ring, gap, then SummerSlam, gap. Then you're gonna have then SummerSlam, then you're gonna have Ground Zero. So that's gonna be the first time we're gonna have a pay-per-view after SummerSlam. Then you're gonna have a gap. Then you're gonna have Survivor Series, then Joker's Wild, and then back. So it's gonna be a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pay-per-views in calendar, instead of 12 or 35 or however many WWE got in real life. But y'all got any more questions for me? What's up, Cole? What's up, Cole? If you are just now tuning in, I did a few announcements. We have finally reached the 1K margin. The Royal Rumble has beaten WWE Joker's Wild. Yeah, to further explain that, the reason why with everything going on, the reason why I did a gap between, so WrestleMania, there's going to be 2 big pay-per-views, 2 big tournaments, if you will, of this entire series. You're going to have the King of the Ring tournament, where we're going to have a month of qualifying matches, and then the first round matches, and then the quarter, semi, and finals at the pay-per-view. And then as far as Survivor Series, after SummerSlam, it's going to be at WWE Ground Zero. We're going to start the after SummerSlam for WWE Ground Zero, we're going to start the Survival Series tournament. So it's going to be longer this go around when I get to it. It's going to be a lot longer because I believe this one, it was like maybe a month's worth. So this one's going to be 2 months. You're going to have September, October, and then November is going to be kind of like the finals, and then you're going to have the build to Survivor Series. So because this one is not going to be a unification match, because we're going to be one world champion for the rest of the series. Like, I'm not eventually going to split off and do a WWE world champion, a WWE champion, and a world heavyweight champion. Nah, got one champion. So the Survivor Series is going to be bigger this go around when we get to it. I got a lot of plans. To further explain people how I do my planning. After the Royal Rumble, I already know my WrestleMania card. I already know my WrestleMania card. So after WrestleMania, I will know my SummerSlam card, and then I will know after SummerSlam, then I'll know my Survivor Series card, because it's always built to the final goal. My plot A is Royal Rumble, plot B is WrestleMania. Plot A is King of the Ring, plot B is SummerSlam. Plot A is Ground Zero, plot B is Survivor Series. And then plot A is Joker's Wild again, and then plot B is Royal Rumble. Like that. Like, some people don't think like that when they're planning these custom universe modes, because everything I do is customized. Shout out to Jones TV for the custom championships. And all that good stuff. Okay, Blake, you said, Pierre, you said, honestly, can't wait for the next Survivor Series tournament. Yep, that is the goal. I can't wait because that was one of my favorite things to book was the Survivor Series tournament, because I wanted to just book for different people, and people never expected me to book in that top position. I just follow you on TikTok and Instagram. Let me pull that up now. I might hop you back. You don't do anything weird on social media, do you? Because I don't follow people back if they do weird things. If they do weird things, I don't follow them back. Okay, cool. I got that follow. TikTok. I'm mainly on TikTok, so I'll follow you back on TikTok. I don't really get on Instagram. I just use that to promote and I get off. Oh, she fine. Oh wait, I'm on TikTok. This is why I don't get on TikTok as much. Okay, I got you. Your TikTok is I like young you cut what? I don't even know how to pronounce that name. Oh, okay. I like your cut. Okay, I was about to say I don't even want to know what that is. I was so confused. I'm like, I like what? I like what? You like what? You like my what? I think that's you. Yep, there you go. Follow back. I got you. I got you on TikTok. There you go. I don't even follow people back on TikTok because I don't know them. But I got you. But yeah, let's read this chat. I'll admit I kind of popped for the return of Shane O'Mac. That was the plan. I know some people are probably looking at it like, why did you have Black destroy Triple H at WWE Ground Zero? I mean, not WWE Ground Zero, WWE Joker's Wild and at 3 Stages of Hell. It's because I do plan on bringing Triple H back for that ultimate revenge, but it's going to, the plan is to have Black versus McMahon, Shane McMahon at some point, because he's going to torture him a little bit. And it's going to force the McMahons to do something drastic to finally get revenge on Aleister Black, because Aleister Black has been built like a beast. You saw he eliminated, I believe the number that I think everybody counted was like, was it 7? 6 or 7 or 8? He was eliminating people left and right. With that, once he hit that black mass, it was over. People, I think it was either Blake or Pierre who was getting pissed. Somebody was getting pissed in the chat. They was like, I'm getting pissed. I'm like, I'm pissed off right now because this dude's annoying me. That's what I wanted you guys to feel. That's what I wanted you guys to feel, to be pissed off, and you wanted somebody to destroy Black to the point where y'all was losing control. Because I was paying attention. I was laughing my ass off. That was hilarious. So yeah, there is a plan for a Black versus Shane McMahon at some point. I got to just get to it. I like when MVP helped Belair out. Now, to explain that, she is not officially a part of the BDC just yet. There's going to be, there's the explanation of why he helped her out. Could it have been a favor to Montez Ford as he is a part of the organization, or what? I know there is a plan to eventually get a female into the BDC that isn't Dana Brooke, because Dana Brooke has been written out because I just didn't care for that pairing at all. That's the reason why I wrote her out. And just to verify, Teddy Long and Mark Henry aren't gone, so you're going to see them at some point, and they're going to. It's going to be. I'm building to a possible. I'm planting the seeds of a possible civil war and stuff like that. Henry. Please stop spamming. Who would you say is the face of your universe mode? I see your messages. I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna get to that. So basically, there is a plan for a Shane McMahon versus I just lost my train of thought. Damn. MVP. Okay, so yeah, Belair. There's a plan for Belair to eventually probably get in. It's a revelation coming, so we'll see why. Possibly on the Fallout from Carnage, because after I take my little break, I'll be right back with the Monday Night Carnage, and we'll be on the road to the big show that I'm going to announce at the end of this stream. Hey, I'm gonna work on NWA Universe Mode episode 1 soon. Cool, Hornet. I will be keeping the lookout for that. And just to clarify with people, I don't watch everybody's Universe Mode content anymore because it would screw up my brain when I'm brainstorming on this stuff. But if I see that you always support me, I'll stop by a premiere and actually catch up on it and catch everybody's Universe Mode content. So if you got Universe Mode content and you need me and you just want a second opinion or somebody to just drop a link on my Twitter, like tweet me a tweet or whatever. You can't tag me in the pictures because people were tagging me in some weird shit, but you can tweet me, tag me, and all that good stuff, and then I'll check it out when I can. Now, Henry, I'm on your question. Who would you say is the face of your Universe Mode? Apollo. I would, without a doubt, say Apollo is my face. Because even though I built even though the rebellion is my creation, the BDC is kind of like my salute to MVP when he was a part of the Beatdown clan. That's the reason why the Beatdown Corporation is a thing, because the clan is just like you're limited. So I said, okay, I'm gonna make this into a big time gimmick. So it's a nod to the BDC or to the Hurt business. The BDC is my Hurt business. So MVP, and it was only the original plan was to have MVP as the mouthpiece, but I had to settle with Mark Henry and Teddy Long because that MVP that I'm using right now, which is done by Joe Masters over on 2K Mods, he wasn't ready, so I had to wait. So I just said, but I didn't have time to wait, so I just said, okay, I'm going to incorporate these guys. So yeah, I would say Apollo is my face. That's why he's the champ. Oh man. No problem, Hornet. No problem, Hornet. I don't know why, but I wanted Black to hit the Black Mass on Cedric after the Big E limit. Funny that you said that, Pierre. I wanted to do that, but then that was a missed opportunity for me. I wanted to do that because Black don't give a crap about anybody. I wanted to do that. I really wanted to do that. And then I kind of, if you paid attention to the first few times that I had Black look at Daniel Bryan, there is a seed there that I am planting. I know a lot of people don't really catch it, but there's a seed there where Daniel Bryan considers himself as the leader, but Black is looking like, do you really control everything? So I would say keep a lookout for Aleister Black. He cannot be trusted. Because and if you don't really, and to kind of be honest with you, there is also a seed planted for the Rebellion versus the BDC with Zack Ryder being eliminated and destroyed by Bobby Lashley. Daniel Bryan ain't gonna like that. He gonna want revenge. So you're gonna possibly see a civil war, if you will, because Daniel Bryan wants that world title, and Apollo doesn't plan on losing that title. Making sure nothing is unplugged because I thought I heard something about the unplug. But if without spamming, y'all got any more? Y'all got anything else for me? Y'all got anything else for me? Because Royal Rumble, that was fun to create. We are currently at 1,000 views and counting for the Royal Rumble. 1,007. Leo Rush is back. Yes, the Black Heart meets. For those who don't know the Black Heart, Leo Rush, I suggest you do your research on the Black Heart. To further explain, there was a plan to just completely write out Leo Rush when he left the WWE. But then when I thought about it, I'm like, he's still wrestling and there's more I can do with Leo Rush. So the Black Heart meets the Black Hand. If you haven't seen that episode, Seth Rollins, that's the reason why I put that on loop. Because a lot of people completely forgot about Leo, low key. So I brought him back to start a feud with the Order. Will he have help? Will he go at it alone? Because he's still technically kind of young, because I believe he's younger than me. So I believe he's 26. So is he gonna be smart and get some help, or is he gonna be incredibly dumb and go at it alone? Because he feel like he feel like he's been wrong. So the Black Hand meets the Black Heart. That will be a fun match to build for, and And if the reception is right, that could be a WrestleMania match. That really could be a WrestleMania match. Now, as far as with the status of the order, because if you paid attention, Jeff Hardy lost again. There might be a rift within the order. We'll see. We will see. But yeah, Lio Rush, he came back. Because I know I saw someone, they said, my pick is Lio Rush. My pick is Lio Rush. And then he eliminated himself. That was all by design. He was not focused on winning the Royal Rumble. He wanted to catch and get revenge on Seth Rollins for what he did to him. That was a simple story to everything that happened in the Rumble. Uh-oh. Did Streamlabs just freeze on me? Okay. I think my Streamlabs briefly froze. I'm like, oh, am I frozen? Am I good? Okay. I don't know why, but I'm thinking we get the Order, Hardy, Cross, and Rollins versus Rush, McIntyre, and I don't know, Mox. Mox is going to be focused on the Rebellion. He blames himself for what he did. Because for those who need a brief rundown, the reason why Shawn Michaels started the Rebellion is because John Moxley, then known as Dean Ambrose, hit the Dirty D's, now Death Rider or Paradigm Shift, or whatever you call it, whatever you want. He hit that on Shawn Michaels in his office and caused him to go to the hospital. And Shawn blames the WWE for basically moving on with the ship instead of, I'm guessing, stopping the show for the showstopper and focus on trying to get him back. They basically pushed him under the radar, named a new general manager, all that good stuff. And then he came back, he was pissed. So he created the Rebellion. He got into the minds of Aleister Black, Zack Ryder, Chad Gable, all these guys who he felt like WWE will eventually just throw by the wayside, and in real life they did. They are. Aleister Black hasn't been on TV in however many months. So Mox is focused on the reason why he agreed to come back, because he has been signed. He is focused on getting back or fixing his faults and fixing his problems, which is the Rebellion. So we're more than likely going to get a Rebellion versus Mox little mini feud on the road to WrestleMania. But as far as like the order, because you got to keep in mind, you got Hardy, Cross, Buddy Murphy, and Rollins. You're probably going to get that if I do go that route with a 8-man tag or 8-man type of match, it'll probably be the Order, Hardy, Cross, Rollins versus Rush, Lee, McIntyre, and maybe a 4th man. But if not, if I go one-on-one, I'm building towards Rollins versus Rush. But if it's a multi-man match, it's going to be those people I just named, which is the Order versus Rush, McIntyre, Lee, Keith Lee, and maybe a 4th. Also could totally Rollins. I could totally see Rollins lead the Order in the near future, even though I like the Antichrist Jeff Hardy. Do I see Seth Rollins taking over the Order? I'm surprised I've been able to keep the egos in check so far. But I am trying to kind of, I'm guessing, give a big feel around the Antichrist of Jeff Hardy, because I love the gimmick in TNA before Jeff Hardy did Jeff Hardy. So, and they had to scratch that entire gimmick, but the gimmick had potential. And what I do with this is going to be the fallout. Will he obsess even more, or will he take a step back and reboot and basically put a hit on everybody who's done him wrong? Because so far we haven't seen Matt Hardy. We haven't seen him since who knows when. What are you most excited about in the build to Mania? Honestly, I'm excited about the world title, because I'm just loving what I'm doing with Apollo right now. and I am more excited about the I guess you can say the potential that I'm doing with the Fiend, because I am going ham with the story, with the editing and the storytelling with the Fiend, because you have to pay attention with details, because I with the Fiend, that's gonna be my second exciting thing, and then also Io Shirai versus the women's champion, which right now is Bianca Belair. So the 2 Royal Rumble match winners, the reason why I picked them and went that dark horse route, because I am most excited about the unknown with them. And then with the world title, I am excited about building the BDC at some point, and then the Rebellion. That's a whole nother group that I am excited about. I'm excited about everything because I want to make sure that that's one of my biggest shows that I've done, because I believe the Royal Rumble was my first fully customized big show outside of Survivor Series, and then I believe Mania will be my next one. I pinched it down for this show to be 3 hours because I know everybody had. I think Merce YT13 had like almost a 5-hour Royal Rumble, and then I believe Project had like a 4-hour Royal Rumble. I was like, I am dead set on making sure these shows don't run too long, because I don't even have that long of attention span. So, but I am glad this Mania is going to be big. I picked Atlanta because that's my hometown. Like, why wouldn't I pick Atlanta? I'm like, it's Atlanta. Oh, Coltrane had an 8-hour Royal Rumble. Did he? Oh God. I could see Seth leaving the order, but I don't know about him leading the group. I set it up to where he doesn't really have to. Yeah, I set it up to where he doesn't really have to leave right now, because keep in mind, in this series, he's a 3-time WWE World Heavyweight Champion. He's a U.S. champion. It's so many deals. He can go after the IC title because he never lost the U.S. championship before I retired it for the IC championship. So many possibilities I can do with there's so many possibilities I can do with that. The UE are going to have a talk with Roddy, eliminate Cole from the Rumble. Yep, that is the goal, because if you that's what I'm also excited about eventually doing, because my goal is to build Kyle O'Reilly up to be a singles guy. But it was always that question of what am I going to do with the Undisputed Era, because I have so many factions. And honestly, I'm going to have to sacrifice the Undisputed Era. So will we see the Undisputed Era split? We probably will. But I have the Order, the BDC, the Rebellion, the growing Shayna Baszler alliance. I have the Fiendish family. I believe that's it as far as like factions. So right now I have 5 factions on TV. The Undisputed Era would have made 6. I have 5 factions, or 6 right now. 6 factions in one show. One of them had to be sacrificed, and Undisputed Era. I've loved you long enough, but you're gonna have to be axed. Match of Mania will be Pete Dunne versus Apollo Crews. I hope so, because they're 2 different styles. Apollo is the showboat / strongman, and Pete Dunne will want to break your elbow and make you like it. Crews is just phenomenal right now, says Coltrane. Yeah, he's been pretty fun to book, because his promos and MVP's promo packages, like you did, that was me talking. That was literally me talking, even though I was literally shooting from the hip. Coltrane had an 8-hour Royal Rumble. Whoo, 8 hours. That's a full-time job, my friend. That is a full-time job. He did, and I had to call the main event. Ooh, good luck. Hey, Xpert, you sure did call him. Okay, y'all having a conversation back and forth. You need retribution. I saw the comment where when I debuted, but when I brought back Bo Dallas and Big Man to carry John Cena away, and they were like, "Oh, it's retribution." No. Fun fact: I was going to download Retribution and mod them into the game that was uploaded, but then I was like, I don't care for Retribution. They're laughable at best. Let's see. Let me look at these questions because these questions are pretty good. But I love Undisputed Era. I know everybody. I love Undisputed Era too. They are a solid group, but one of these groups got to get the axe. Hello Cole, what's up, King of Cobra? What was HBK doing talking to Finn? Good question. That is a good question. Has HBK taken back control of the rebellion from Daniel Bryan? So many, I've left so many seeds for this Rumble within a 3 hour plus show, and it's so much that I'm excited to get down to. But there is a plan for a possible mentor-mentee relationship with HBK and Finn, but how will Daniel Bryan accept that, seeing as Shawn Michaels wanted to have a conversation with him too? If you remember that when Daniel Bryan was arriving to the show, he wanted to have a conversation with Daniel Bryan, even though he quote unquote was either fired or he quit, something like that. It's so many questions. So many questions that I cannot wait to answer, and I keep cutting my eye because I'm having all these brainstorming moments with you guys, and it's literally like, Josh, after this stream, take a break. I think HBK and Finn have something planned. There is something there. That's what I'm saying, because if you look at it, Finn made the mistake. He made mistakes. He had Apollo beat twice. He got cocky. Who else gets cocky? Shawn. He got too cocky. Did Shawn get in his head and screwed up his entire game plan? What is going on? So many questions that I cannot wait to answer on the road to WrestleMania. I also think the only person Black cares about in the rebellion is Zelina. Yep, I've all but mentioned that they are married. So yeah, she's the only one that he actually gives a crap about. Low key. So will Black pull a Rusev and break away from the group? And to further explain for you guys, now Rusev is at a crossroads. Does he go after Daniel Bryan? Because if you don't know by now, Rusev screwed Daniel Bryan out of the Royal Rumble. Does he go after the rebellion that he once called a family, or do he go after the man who screwed him out of the WWE Championship, which is The Rock? So he's at a crossroads now. I can't wait to explore that a little bit more as well. Okay, if WWE 2K22 have War Games, you should do a War Games review. If 2K22 has a War Games that isn't exclusive to actual War Games, where I can do it in any arena, I will do it. Because War Games in the game, I got to see how it is. I got to see how it feels, editing wise. Yeah. So okay, as a content creator, I'm still dreading the Rumble. So how was it editing wise, especially since you edited too? Oh God, I briefed over it at the beginning of this stream. You can look back on it, but man, that was a headache. It was the recording wise. The editing was not a problem. It was the recording. It was the recording that was the biggest headache of them all, because what I did was I had to do table, like I did a one-on-one match for numbers 1 and 2. I did a one-on-one match, and then I set the settings to over the top rope, so I wouldn't have to deal with a referee. And then as more people came, I had to do like a triple threat match, a fatal 4-way match. I have 6 controllers, so I had the time using 6 controllers while I was recording. And then once I got enough, I had to time it too, because I didn't want to stay on a certain group of people too long, because I had to count down, because I believe the time that's the reason. The original rules was like every 2 minutes, but since that's why you saw the time with the countdown go from long to short, long to short, long to short, because when I did because what I did was some people they were fillers, so I'm like, okay, I'm not focused on them. But if you felt like someone was in the ring longer, I put all the focus on them. Like Shayna dominated the women's Royal Rumble hands down. She eliminated 3 horsewomen: Tessa, Charlotte, Becky, and it's like that's. But yeah, 6 controllers. I went from a fatal 4-way back to a triple threat, fatal 4-way back to triple threat. Sometimes I had to use a tables match. So basically, while I was in between I'm guessing those 3 fillers where you saw them rolling out of the ring, I had to keep hitting them to make them roll out of the ring. But I had to, every time I restart the match, I had to move the table to the opposite side. That's why you didn't really see a lot of wide camera shots, like editing wise. I like in highlight reel, which is why I went back to 2K19, because highlight reel is way better there. But I had to avoid the tables. It was a few times where I had to preview, if you will, for whenever you trying to do little highlights. I had to re-preview so I can cut it. So when I do a crop in post edit, you don't see the table. That was the biggest headache, and that was just one match. Imagine doing that times 2. That's why people ask me, they was like, why did I put 20 for the women and 30 for the men? I don't really use that many women in the Rumble. I mean, in storyline, I use maybe 15, and by this Rumble alone, I introduced 20. Because you got to keep in mind, I have a Monday show, which I try my best to keep it under an hour. I try my best not to reach over an hour, because it's Monday, it's the beginning of the week. People are tired. People are they want to enjoy the content. I try not to go. I don't see the point in filler matches. I do 4 matches minimum. I mean max, minimum 3. So yeah. If you plan on doing a fully customized Royal Rumble match, little funny fact. I almost, when I was done editing, I said I really could have done a fully customized arena. Like I didn't have to use the modded Royal Rumble arena, because I didn't use the Royal Rumble match at all. I could have used a customized arena. I didn't think about that until I was done editing. I was like, oh, screw me. I could have literally done a customized arena, and I could have really Greshified, if that is a word. If that's not a word, I just made it a word. I could have Greshified the entire Royal Rumble, but I used the mod from 2kmods.com. If you guys want to check that out, you can. The links are in the description, and let's get back to the chat. But yeah, the Royal Rumble was the biggest headache. The Royal Rumble match, once I got I think I recorded the Royal Rumble matches first. And then once I got those Royal Rumble matches recorded, I copied and pasted to the folder, and I edited the rest of the matches. And if you saw that these matches did not involve a lot of kickouts, it's because I'm more so about storytelling. You didn't see Bianca, like the story was nobody ever kicked out of the KOD and nobody ever kicked out of the Riptide. Both Bianca and Rio kicked out of the Riptide and KOD. That's why Bianca needed the brass knucks, because she could not beat her. That's the story I wanted to tell. Apollo defeated Finn the way it was because he kept getting distracted. He heard the words what MVP said during the promo. There's no more excuses. Apollo can't lose. And Finn saying, neither can I. So much detail went into this entire Royal Rumble match. That's why I appreciate you guys for that. Let's look at this. Look at it. As a content creator, okay, I read that. Xpert Gaming, as someone who has also done and edited Royal Rumble match cover, they're the worst. Survivor Series and the Rumble is the hardest shows. Good God, especially those 8-man tags. That is why at Survivor Series this year, I did one 8-man tag and focused on the tournament, because those are the worst. I'm thinking Rusev versus Bryan at Mania, Rusev versus Rock at SummerSlam, also Fiend versus Joe at SummerSlam. You sir are probably reading my mind, because there is a goal. People assume that since I brought back The Rock, I'm going to have him at WrestleMania. He's not going to be at WrestleMania. I am one of those people in real life that bitch about part-timers always taking spots. I want to use this WrestleMania as building people up and continuing storylines. The Rock, he can come back at SummerSlam because that's where he lost his job. There we go. But the focus right now is Rusev versus the Rebellion. And as far as the Fiend, his WrestleMania opponent is going to be revealed on, I believe, shortly. His WrestleMania opponent is going to be like, I am out of focus for some reason. There I go. His WrestleMania opponent will be revealed, and then I plan on keeping the Fiend dominant all the way up until SummerSlam. I can imagine the recording of it is literal pain. 6 controllers. I'm catching up on the comments right now because I was stuck on that one question. So yes, 6 controllers. Black versus Mox will be cool, and 6 controllers. Damn, everybody. I guess nobody. I guess I'm the only weirdo that has 6 controllers. The PC can hold up to 6 controllers, but Black versus Mox will be cool. Yep, that is a potential match in the future. You only have 3 controllers, King and Cobra. Yeah, I know that's a headache. You can do a whole elimination chamber match with 6 controllers. You are right. I am crazy. I at this point, I think we've all established I am kind of crazy. Bailey versus Banks could be at Mania. I'm going to give you guys a little sneak peek. I plan on building Shayna. The reason why, if you pay attention to the Rumble, Shayna and Ronda did not touch. They did not get into any physical contact at all. There is a reason behind that. There's also a reason why Charlotte and Tessa didn't touch. There's a story that a lot of people wanted to see. Horsewoman versus horsewoman. I'm not bringing in Marina Shafir and Jessamine Duke. No. I am building a faction behind Shayna. Shayna is going to be called, you probably heard me mention it on the Rumble. If you listen back to it, you'll hear it. Camp Spades. Since she's the Queen of Spades, Camp Spades. You're going to have Shayna, Ronda, maybe not, because they have their little issues, because Shayna, Ronda, and Sonya, and a possible 4th. I am going to reveal the 4th in due time. Versus Charlotte, Becky, Sasha, and a 4th. So there's a plan for a faction, women's faction to take over. I'm a faction head. Let's put it that way. It's a faction head. The 4th will be revealed in due time. I'm not going to give all my secrets. Come on now. Then why would you watch the show if I tell you everything? Come on, Cole. Why would it? And will there be a possible Bailey versus Banks at Mania? Sasha gonna want her revenge. Sasha's gonna want her revenge. So keep a lookout for that as well. Storytelling is a lost art in pro wrestling. Yes, because everybody's a spot monkey. Hopefully they in 2021 they cool off on that, because with no crowd in attendance, looking for the whole "this is awesome" or "holy shit" chant, don't do it. The Fiend versus Joe is at SummerSlam, but no idea who he targets after SummerSlam. Roman, because Roman gonna want his revenge. Could we possibly see Roman versus the Fiend at Survivor Series a year after Roman and Fiend retired The Undertaker? Or we could do Roman and the Fiend at Mania, but I don't want to. Okay, put it this way. I've built Roman up to be this dominant force. And he's still a heel, even though whoever the Fiend touches. I never understood that whole thing. Whoever the Fiend touches, they turn back into their old self. That was cheesy to me. Anybody the Fiend touch is not going to turn back. So John Cena's not going to come back as a rapping thugonomics type of person. He's going to literally be John Cena, but if he comes back. But I do plan on doing a Roman versus the Fiend at some point. But the ultimate goal for the Fiend is to go after Samoa Joe for those 30 seconds.
In the beginning, there were 2 men that started a journey.
I want you to do a mixed tag team match. Do they even have that option in 2K19? Who would it be? Candice and Johnny Gargano versus Charlotte and Andrade. I'm just playing. I'm just throwing. I don't really have that in the storyline, but if it happens, it happens. But they probably won't be like my big ultimate goal. Oh, it's on 2K20. Oh, okay. Roman and the Fiend. Okay. The Fiend is the Mega Death boss, so Bray Wyatt can regain the whole world back in his hands. Because if you heard during the John Cena versus, I'm glad you see Pierre is reading my mind. I'm starting to think that because if you paid attention, the reason why I used that taunt at the Royal Rumble, where he's like, "I am the eater of worlds." He's conflicted between the Fiend and Bray Wyatt of old. So we're going to see that type. We'll see that type of match. But also shout out to James, aka Viking Size Gamer, because he retweeted or quote tweeted one of my live tweets from the show. And that brought a lot of attention to detail. And shout out to everybody who've been giving positive feedback on the Royal Rumble. It's Monday. You know what that means. Continue to rest in peace, Brody. If y'all got any more questions for me, shoot them up right now, because I might eventually get out, because I'm actually an hour in. So I've been sitting here an hour. I got some Chinese food I'm about to eat. And I'm about to finish editing this website before I take my break from all things wrestling, because I need a mental break. Y'all got anything else for me? Let me know. And also the WrestleMania logo I designed myself. So if anybody try to say I didn't, fuck off. But yeah, I designed that WrestleMania logo myself. Also, the music in the background is Simply Better AM. The Adventures of AM and Britton Miles. We them boys making noise. Oh yeah, AM my boy. Also, if anybody follow me on Twitter, I don't get notified of anything, so I try from time to time to follow back. Bear with me. I just see somebody just now followed me. I try to keep up with everybody who's following me. Bear with me. I'm not that type of person who will just follow a certain number and then don't follow anybody else. Just bear with me. And if you are a troll, I will just easily unfollow you, because that's just how I roll. But if that's all we got for today, enjoy the rest of this Monday evening. If you watch Raw tonight, Godspeed with you. And I'll be after this week. So to give you a time frame, it won't be too long. After this is done, I will be back on Sunday. That is January 3rd. So will I upload? I'll probably upload maybe a recap. And to answer your question, what was the show between the Rumble and Mania? The show will be Monday Night Carnage Battleground. So basically, it will be a battleground type theme, to where it's going to be not battleground. Excuse me, scratch that. It's going to be Monday Night Carnage Gold Rush, where every championship will be on the line. I don't know why I just thought about. I just saw something in the background, but it will be Monday Night Carnage Gold Rush, where it's a special edition, kind of like, you know how with AEW they're doing themed shows from time to time. It'll be Monday Night Carnage Gold Rush, to where every championship will be on the line, as kind of like the final roadblock before WrestleMania. And that's what I'm going to start doing, like between Rumble and Mania. Instead of doing like a pointless pay-per-view in the middle, we're building to that episode of Monday Night Carnage. It'll be a fully customized logo and everything. So keep it locked on this channel. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, because the likes it helps out the channel. And thank you for your continued support. I love each and every one of you. And with that being said, you guys stay easy. And I'm out.
Yeah, I'm up next, I'm the prince. They ain't been the same ever since. Living pretty well, I'm the chairman. I ain't giving no chance like this. Ride Lesnar on the beast. Eat, sleep, flex, and repeat. Whole new swag with a price on the tag. Coming live from the west to the east. Better recognize on the mouthpiece. See the power level, gotta increase.
This intro, this outro was so outdated. I apologize. I don't know why that was the one I played, but it is. So
Gotta get ready, can't quit. Yeah, I'm up next on the prince. They ain't been the same ever since. Living pretty well on the chairman. I ain't giving